So last year, we worked with Forrester, both Bing and Catalyst partnered with Forrester Research on a white paper to identify the opportunities for search to work better to amplify other marketing channels. This white paper identified that the marketing efforts in media planning did not always align with consumer behavior. What this report found was that search is better than traditional media at boosting the performance of other media channels, and that by strategically integrating search with other channels, you can create a program that is more than the sum of its parts. So we wanted to take a moment and ask all of you a question about your brand and integration. So if you can take a moment and provide an answer. Is your brand currently integrating and aligning your search marketing and TV campaigns? We'll just give you a moment to record your answer. Okay, great.
Great. So today, Kerry and I are going to share the findings of this study that Catalyst and Bing partnered on that shows how consumers use search and other marketing channels when they're on the market to purchase a new product or service. We're going to take a look at the importance of search within the media mix. And lastly, during the last section of our presentation, we're going to share case studies that show how search advertising complements TV commercials and share actionable tactics that you can implement to create programs that is more than the sum of its parts. So there's so many advertising channels trying to capture our attention every day as consumers. In addition to the offline channels like traditional TV, print, outdoor ads, we're also exposed to inputs from numerous online channels, whether it's social media ads, display, email marketing, videos. And as Bing and Catalyst, we partner to understand what consumers are actually accessing in the key moments that matter in today's world. These are moments where a consumer is under consideration for a purchase, they're researching, they're ready to pull the trigger, engaging with the brand, and comparing different options. So our research with Forrester show that consumers continue to turn to search. Almost half the consumers use search engines as their #1 resource to research a purchase. What this tells is that search continues to be a powerful tool, influencing consumers during the key moments that matter. And this is a huge opportunity for marketers, for advertisers to influence consumers during these moments that matter. The same research also showed that 74% of consumers extremely trust search engines as their information source when researching a brand, make an important purchase, product and service purchase decision. So big opportunity for marketers. And not surprisingly, the same study also showed that consumers use an overwhelming number of channels to research a product, and they go back and forth between different resources, whether that's a friend, a comparison shopping site, mail, social media, search engine, etc. And what this tells us that there's so many different channels to influence a consumer, and as marketers, it can be very hard to determine how to allocate our budgets and at times underinvest in search because we may see it as one of the many channels. So as marketers, we may see search as a separate advertiser channel, but consumers don't see it that way. While they go back and forth between search, email, social media, TV, they expect to see what they're looking for in search engines and use this information that they have been exposed to on search engines as a key part of their decision-making process. And this is why, as smart marketers, it's really important that we integrate search with other advertising channels to help amplify the performance of the other media channels that we invest in. So we've looked at the consumer behavior and how search can help advertisers reach consumers at the right time. And now Kerry is going to share with us studies that show the importance of search within the media mix.
So again, the data showed that search is more effective when used as an overlay channel that amplifies the message of other channels. Yet when we surveyed over 300 marketers and asked which of the following marketing programs is your company using in 2016, only 45% said search is included. That means over 55% of marketers are not including search in their marketing program. And again, this is from 2016. This was not from 10 years ago or 12, 15 years ago when search was more of an emerging media platform. So this only reiterates that search is being underestimated and underused. Because if a marketer truly cared about connecting with their target audience and their consumers, searching for the solutions and products they offer, search would be a key part of their marketing program. So how do we find search a more prominent seat at the planning table? So we wanted to take a moment again to poll our audience today and get an understanding of, do you have a seat at the planning table? Is search represented in your media planning for your brand? So to increase acquisition and enable brand discovery, marketers must align their budgets with the channels that are most impactful, and search will inevitably play a critical role. So a Millward Brown study showed that TV is generally more of a starting point, and digital devices are generally more used to continue to complete that task. So people see a TV commercial and they're inspired to search for more information. And multi-screen sequences are most likely to start on TV and continue on a smartphone. So when we think about our own behavior, I want to ask all of you, how often are you watching TV with your phone, with your laptop open, or your tablet? I mean, you can see the numbers here. You're not alone. With 75% of people reporting using a tablet while watching TV, 60% using their laptop, and 70% using their phone. Another study identified 60% of people report using 2 or more devices while watching TV. I think we've all been guilty of that from time to time. So yet knowing this, we find that TV receives 3 times more budget than search. And again, compared to TV, marketers believe that search is more likely to boost performance of other channels and better at connecting throughout the consumer journey. So we wanted to ask you, is your search campaign adequately funded? Please take a moment to complete the next poll. Give one more moment to answer the survey. Okay, great. So what we need to do is get a better balance. How do we help search marketing programs get a greater share of the marketing budget? In order to do this, we need to demonstrate cross-channel marketing in action. Our data from our clients shows that reiterates the point that TV drives search. This is an actual case study of where TV flighting stopped and branded search demand, the volume of queries with the client's brand name dropped by 50%. Again, TV is creating that demand and search is capturing that demand. And without the correlation together, you're missing out on a huge opportunity to connect with your target audience. But diving into a little bit more deeply of why marketers aren't looking at the two channels together, another Forrester study found that accurate cross-channel measurement is still a challenge. Some brands use marketing mix models, but they don't connect to the channel relationships. Attribution models alone fail to measure the cross-channel impact. Pooling marketing mix attribution models can stimulate customer reaction activity, and some are also using proxies and new modeling to try to unify the approach. But overall, marketing mixes don't connect channel relationships. There's not a clear study of how a 60-second TV spot affects search. Although our data and our experience with our clients show that from when TV sliding is on, search demand increases. And one retailer found that beginning its awareness TV advertising 2 weeks prior to its sales-focused online ads drove a significant increase in revenue.
So Kerry and I are going to share a couple of case studies that show how TV and search work together and share actionable recommendations that can help you increase the performance of your TV commercials and or your competitors' TV commercials. As the Bing Insights team, we wanted to better understand how TV commercials affect search volume in our marketplace. What are consumers searching for right after being exposed to a TV commercial? How big are these opportunities for our advertisers? And what tactics can help make the most of our clients' paid search campaigns? To help measure the immediate impact of TV, we chose the most watched live TV sporting event of the year to help us get answers to our questions. The first thing we learn is the impact of TV on search volume is immediate. We conducted this study on various different verticals, including automotive, financial services, tech and telco, CPG. And this spike that you see on this chart, we experienced the same spike across all these different verticals. We also saw that the ripple effect of this spike lasts anywhere from 26 to 72 hours, depending on the vertical and the content of the commercial. Second, we wanted to understand how consumers are searching after being exposed to a commercial. And some of our findings weren't that surprising. Consumers were searching for the brand and the product associated with the commercial, which wasn't that surprising. But we also saw that a large number of consumers searched on the content of the commercial, the storyline, the celebrity name, when appropriate. So signals that show that consumers turn to search engines not only to search for the brand and for the product, but to really engage with the messaging of the TV commercials. So really big opportunity for advertisers to capitalize on, either on the demand that they create with their TV commercials or the demand that their competitors create with their TV commercials. In conclusion, we were able to prove that TV is a big driver for search volume for a diverse set of advertisers from different verticals. And with search volume related to these commercials and brands increasing anywhere from 64 to 97% across our marketplace. However, what we also saw is that up to 60% of the time, advertisers in our marketplace were not able to capitalize on these opportunities, on this demand that they created, as they did not have the paid search presence. A really big missed opportunity here, especially given how expensive it is to produce and run these TV commercials. So up to 60% of the time, advertisers who ran these commercials were not able to capitalize on this demand. So we've looked at the Bing study, and now Kerry is going to share a few case studies from Catalyst that shows how they were able to capitalize on this TV demand, as well as share with you some tactical recommendations that you can implement right away to allow you to take advantage of this 1 + 1 = 3 strategy.
Great. Thanks, Itir. So our first case study we're going to share relates to using search to test the ad creative in the marketplace. So one of our clients asked us to build out a search campaign to align with their offline media and display, promoting a new card for building rewards or points for their customers. And they had built out a whole campaign around the concept of earn points. Use this card, earn points, that you can redeem for rewards. But the messaging in the commercials and the display campaigns was all around points. What our research found was through using search engine tools with search volume metrics and our own best practices related to call to action for search, we found that language around rewards versus points, so using rewards language in the creative, resonated more with what the target audience used. There was a much higher preference in search volume for rewards than points. So we built out an A/B test for the paid search campaign, one using the points related language that came from the other media channels, and the other using rewards related content that we found again through our research. And what we found was the rewards language drove a 120% increase in impressions that led to a 16% increase in enrollments over the points credit card. So again, the search data helps us identify what language your target audience is using. People often say that the search engines are the world's largest opt-in consumer research panel. We have the insights into what your target audience is searching for. So building that into our search campaigns, we were able to drive better results. We then shared those learnings across with the creative and other media teams that they've started to switch and use the rewards language in their offline and display campaigns as well. The next opportunity is to use a call to action at the end of the commercials. So really, truly activating your commercials with a drive to a specific search. So by using end tags at the end of the commercial, we found that to drive search, driving people to search helps reiterate that message to come find more information about the product. And what we found was a 24% boost in searches, including a 20% increase in mobile searches, just based on the call to action placed right in the commercial. This next example relates to the TV flighting and aligning with the planning team on when promotions will launch. The red line indicates the media push when the radio, TV, search, and display campaigns were live in the marketplace. The blue bars represent specific branded sign-up queries related to the messaging in the media push. So what you can see here is when there was a push across all media channels with the red line, there was a distinctive increase in that response to the call to action to search to sign up for that credit card. So the sign-up searches increased after the flighting. And you can see that consistently continued throughout the campaign. This next example is one of my favorites, because who doesn't love cold beer? So with this client, we actually capitalized on the competitor TV flighting. So this is a good one for the brands who maybe don't have a TV budget, but their competitors do. So what we were trying to do was achieve a standard, pretty strong share of voice on competitor branded keywords. But what we found, because of low relevance and limited budget, we were only able to achieve that share of voice 40% of the time on bidding on the competitors' branded keywords. But when we aligned with the TV commercials, the flighting of our competitors' TV, during the prime time hour, we were able to achieve 100% share of voice on that competitor's keywords. So when the competitor's commercial launched, within seconds, our paid search ads on the competitor keywords driving to our site, our client site, were there 100% of the time at that same budget. So again, relating to the moment marketing, the moments that you're driving that demand from TV, being there both on desktop and mobile to capture the demand created by the commercials. So what we found was what we achieved was a 98% increase in click-through rate. And because of that increased click-through rate, increased relevancy, and with traffic to the website, we were able to drive down the CPCs by 32%. This activation on the commercials is something we do with our clients' own commercials, but again, it also makes a very strong action when capitalizing on the competitor commercials as well. So to take you through the 4 key steps and tactics for activating search plus TV. The first one, keywords. Do your research and bid on brand and non-brand relevant keywords, focusing on the commercial content. Remember, if the people watching TV are inspired to go search, you want to make sure your ads are there to capture that demand you've created. Use phrase and broad match to fulfill any unexpected keyword coverage. Number 2, creative. So test your creative, test for the best ad copy, and when you find that winner from your paid search test, share that with your creative and other digital teams to drive up that consumer performance across the board. Use the consumer-focused keywords and test using end tags with a call to action in your TV commercial. For flighting, align the paid campaigns with your media flights. And if you don't have a direct line to your TV media buys, you can work with a partner to help you make that alignment. Plan for a high share of voice during those tentpole events, especially on mobile devices. And bid competitively, as 90% of clicks occur in the main line. And lastly, conquesting. Maybe your brand doesn't have TV commercials, or maybe your competitors just have a heavy TV flight, but it's a great opportunity to introduce consumers to your brand and capitalize on their competitor flighting. TVTY is a great partner we've used for this, and they allowed us to help ensure the high share of voice during those competitor flights. So in conclusion, strategic integration of search with TV can truly amplify your results to achieve a 1 + 1 = 3. If you'd like to learn more about our research study with Forrester, it's available on catalystdigital.com. You can also reach out to us directly for more information at info@catalystdigital.com. You can also check out the Bing Industry Hub for more information on TV and search integration. Great, and now we have some time for some questions. Okay, well, it looks like there's a couple of coming in, but please feel free to enter questions now if you do. Okay, so one here. Are there any best practices you follow for internal communication and breaking down silos internally to allow for better integration? So this is a challenge across the board. We work very closely with our media partners within GroupM and with our clients, other agency partners. What we've found is it's important to bring the business case forward. So find that search volume data, find the case studies. Please feel free to use some of the examples we shared today. I think it's new for TV planners and traditional media buyers to truly understand the connection between the demand that they're successfully creating and the response to that demand to capture the search volume. Great. So I think that's our last question today. Oh, we have one more question, sorry. How do you know when your competitor is running their TV ads so you can align and adjust your search bids at the same time? That's a great question. So there's a number of partners out there that provide this service through their own technology platform. TVTY is one that we've worked with many times. And there's a few others in the industry, and I apologize, that are blanking for me because we typically work with TVTY. Great, so thank you everyone for attending our webinar today. This recording will be available if any of your colleagues or other media partners were not able to participate or join this afternoon. Please also look at catalystdigital.com for our upcoming webinars, as we will be running 1 to 2 a month in the upcoming months. I want to thank Itir and Bing for their partnership in this process.
Thank you. Great. And thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure to share the findings of our study with you.
Great. Well, thank you, everyone. We hope you enjoy the rest of your day.